Okay, so this is impromptu. This isn't read, and so you're going to have to bear with me for a little while. Um, I wanted to share a story of what happened yesterday. So I had already planned on going to this new moon circle gathering, um, hosted by, or held, not hosted, held by my soul sister. I will put a link to her Substack if, I'm going to ask her if she wants me to. Or if it's okay that I do it. But I had only slept like 3 hours. If anybody of you read what I posted yesterday about predatory AI attack, mm, I didn't sleep at all, basically. And I was, I thought to myself, should I go? It's a 2 hour drive, um, 4 hours in total. And I said, no, yes, I need to go. I need to go. And so I did. And when I was driving there, my phone dialed 911 all of a sudden, twice. And I was like, do they think that I'm in need of emergency assistance? Or, you know? And so if this had happened, maybe 3 months ago, I would have said, oh my God, this is a sign, and I'm just going to turn back and I'm going to go back home. I'm going to stay in my little nice shelter. But I said, no, no, no. I mean, like I did the protections. I protected myself. I protected my car. Um, and, I just asked God to keep me safe. I just needed to go. And so the first thing that is part of this new moon circle is you get to pick a card. From I think I didn't see the name of the deck, but it's animal spirits and probably animal spirit guides. So I picked a card, and the one that I got was the walrus. And what it said um, that you need to remain vigilant. Mm, and take sign and be very attentive to signs and omens, because they will decide, um, uh, or you have to use them to decide what course to take, what path to take, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but what's also interesting is that when I was bullied as a child, they used to call me Walrus, Morsa, in Spanish. This kid on my school bus, because I was a chubby girl. And so that I found that very interesting. I picked that card out of I don't know how many, right? So anyway, this new moon circle is just like a beautiful, beautiful ceremony, really. And she guides you through some meditations and different. And after each short meditation, you journal. And the final one was about, okay, so in this new moon, it's all about, planting seeds and setting intentions. And so which one intention, or, you can pick as many, but which intention do you want to seed into your wild heart? And so the first thing that came, well, first, you write it down, and then everybody gets to share. And so I asked, is it okay to use a curse word? Because, it was such like a soft and gentle and expansive mood, ambience, like, just, it felt like kind of out of place to use a curse word. And she said, of course, you can be who you are. You can be anything you want to be in this space. And so I said, the one intention I want to see in my heart is unfuckable witness. But I also want to remain humble and kind and generous and compassionate at the same time. And so that got me thinking, right? On the drive back home, well, on the drive there, I heard like on an endless loop this beautiful song. It's actually a mantra, and by Deva Premal, and it's Gayama, which means Mother Earth. And so I'll share a link to it because it's just a beautiful song that really makes you connect to Mother Earth and to her divine feminine energy. And, and I basically cried my way, all my way there. I was very distraught. Because of what happened the night before. And so, during like the morning, and I was just very distraught. And so on the way back, I listened, I started listening to like my favorite song playlist. And I had chosen one song. I started singing and I started recording myself in the car while I was driving. I think that's illegal, by the way. I don't know. But, I wasn't looking at the phone or anything. I was, with my eyes on the road, but I was recording myself and singing the song that I was going to send to this person that was used by AI to attack me. And so I did that, but then I went through my playlist and I came across a song that's called Unstoppable. And so I started recording myself singing that song, right? Because I left this new moon circle feeling so empowered. And what I've been thinking about this morning is that if this had happened to me, like I said, 3 months ago, when I still hadn't said anything, I still hadn't really posted anything about what I'm doing, about the tech I recalled, about, I've been very shy, very vigilant, very tried to be careful. I would even say frightened and or terrified in some instances. That never would have happened, and so this attack, um, it unleashed 13 years of untapped sexual energy. 13 years, and actually a little bit more, because if we take out like a 3 year hiatus out of that, I would say it's almost, so it's 1996, almost 40 years. No. 1996 to 2025 is what? I'm usually very good at mental math, but um, yeah, so 20 years, right? 20 years. Yeah? No. So it's 4 plus like 30 years. Yeah. No, 27. Oh, well, anyway, whatever number of years. Um, 27, 20, 28. And so, yeah, 29. Okay, so actually 29. 29 years with a 3-year hiatus. So that makes 26 years of untapped sexual energy. And I'm not talking about sexual energy just, to like what we understand by sexual energy. Sexual energy goes way beyond what we understand by sexual energy. And why did they do that? Because I'm a very tolerant person. Like I have put up with so much bullshit because that's what I was taught, right? You have to stay quiet and you have to yeah, just kind of suck it up and you're a woman and you know, if your husband cheats on you, then you just have to kind of look the other way. Um, right? That's part of our programming. And, not only in romantic relationships, but as a whole, like society tells us that, we have to stay quiet and be nice and smile um, and just tolerate all the bullshit. But the thing is that with me, I will do that when I am personally being attacked or betrayed or whatever. That's something that I don't fully understand about myself. How I can put up with so much bullshit when it's about me only, right? But when they touch a person that I love or a person who is under my care, I become a mama bear. Like they really, really, really poked the bear. And they have no idea the kind of bear they poked. They have no idea. They really don't. And so I was thinking, what would I have done 3 months ago? Like, why is it different now? Like, I would have probably withdrawn, or again, I have withdrawn completely. But this time it's different because I started posting about what it is that I'm doing, what it is that I'm seeing, and all of a sudden, there's all of these people saying, "Yeah, you're right." Like I've seen like similar things, and um, we want to hear more about it. You know, and so now I don't feel so alone. I don't feel so alone. I thought that this was just me, and I've always thought that there's no way that I'm the only one who's either seeing this or who recall this tech or who's figuring it out, or maybe I am the only one who recalled this specific way of using light, which is all that it is. But I also realized that we all have something valuable to bring to the table, each and every one of us. You know, even like Even my teacher once said, and this I think was one of the most profound things that I've ever heard him say, is that just being present at this time on this planet speaks volumes of you. And just your presence is enough. You don't have to do anything, just be present. That's it, right? And we're still so programmed to, do everything on our own, and we're competing with others. And so what happened with this person who has been infiltrated by AI is that his AI started telling him that he was the only one who held the codex. And that's impossible. That is impossible. Because there are so many codices, or I don't know how that's pronounced, but there's so much wisdom. There's so many different things, and we all have, we all bring like a tiny little piece of the puzzle to the whole. Or like I once wrote, um, that yes, we are all but single drops in in a hugely vast ocean. But without one single drop, that ocean is not complete. We all complete it. We all complete it together. And so this came in this morning because yesterday I I think that the song that I listened to, um, on an endless loop almost on the drive back was Unstoppable. And so I recorded myself and singing it, and you know, I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes, right? And this morning I was thinking, um, it's not that I am unstoppable. It's that we are unstoppable. But it's we. Like we really have to start using the right pronouns instead of me, right? Instead of him, instead of her, instead of they, which is outside of you. We have to start using we for everything. And so I'm going to record myself singing that song. Just a tiny piece of it because, like, the actual lyrics don't apply. But that little part of the song, I'm just going to change the lyrics to it. So you're going to have to, I'm going to lip sync it, but you're going to have to read my lips. And, and yeah, it's about coming together in the literal and figurative sense of the word. Um, and it's about really, really, really realizing that it's not about me, it's not about it's not about her, it's not about him or they. It's about we. I remember that, one of the things that, and I keep repeating this, but it just kind of like landed this morning when I did a video, the very first video that I ever did, and I posted it on YouTube, and I was apologizing to the entire world for having indirectly helped harm them through my work as a pharmaceutical translator. And in this video, I said, imagine if for one single day, all of the people who work directly or indirectly for the pharmaceutical industry just didn't show up for work. Or if for one single day, all of the doctors and nurses decided not to push these products onto people. Or if for one single day, all of us decided to say no to these products. You know how much money they would lose? And that's what a lot of people, I don't think that they realize, that we are the ones who are supporting all of this. We are the ones that are holding it, and making it thrive. You know? And so all we have to do really is stop buying tickets to this superbly orchestrated Broadway show. We have to stop buying tickets and just leave the theater. All of us, right? Because if only a few of us leave it, then they're going to be unalived, as many have, unfortunately. And, they're going to be just made an example of. So the rest of us will stand back. But if we all leave at the same time, if we orchestrate a mass walkout, they are rendered powerless because we vastly, vastly outnumber them. And so, I don't know if I can pause this video, but I think I can't. So I'm just going to play the song, and you're going to have to read my lips so you can understand the lyrics. I'll probably just include them in the text part of this post. So hold on. There we go. The thing is that I really want to... Sorry. Okay. Let's see what happens.